Gossip Talk Shows family. It's Nomsa here at Gossip Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. So, with me today, guys, I'm on my own, and everyone is taking a day off today. So, when I'm on my own, I always talk about love. If it is your first time here at Gossip Talk Shows, my name is Namsa. I'm your love harmonist and your matchmaker. And at Ngozi Talk Shows, we help people find their own voice, lead from within. Whether you want a voice in your business, whether you want a voice in your relationship, we help you to do that. And also, if you're single, we have a matchmaking introduction agency, so you can sign up and find that true love. So the topic today, guys, is the AZ guide to building better marriage. Marriage is a comprehensive approach designed to help couples strengthen their relationship by focusing on key elements that contribute to a healthy and fulfilling relationship and marriage. So this guide today is going to cover various topics from communications, trust, to intimacy, conflict resolution, character, practical tips and strategies, just so easy to follow. So, number one strategy is attitude. Positive attitude, guys, shapes the atmosphere of a marriage. Attitude is everything. Business, in your career, in everyday life, is current attitude is everything. So you need a good attitude in order to actually shape the atmosphere in your relationship. So choosing optimistic respect and patience, even when things gets difficult, it helps to tone growth in harmony. So marriage can thrive when both partners foster a mindset that embrace solution instead of dwelling on problems. Your attitude towards your spouse is the critical component of how your relationship is able to work towards the challenges you face together, because togetherness is very, very important. Is also going to influence how conflict are resolved even during tough times, because tough times do come in a relationship. So maintaining a good attitude can help you find common ground. It's about seeing each other uh, day as an opportunity to build marriage rather than dwell on what is lacking. And some people, instead of fixing what the problem, they dwell on what has gone wrong. So sometimes what is lacking, sorry, they dwell on what is lacking in that relationship. Because if you actually decide to use that opportunity to actually uh, build your relationship, it helps it to grow. Where there's challenges, there's growth. So you and your spouse can grow in that in your relationship. So I'm trying to share this video, guys, as you all know that I can't broadcast direct to my Facebook groups. So I'm trying to share this. So, and also, guys, feel free to actually, I know there's people watching on LinkedIn, people watching on Twitter or Facebook. Feel free to comment what you think about um, the AZ guide of marriage. Marriage is not easy. It's not an easy thing, guys. Um, so I'm trying to share this video. So please do comment if you have had an experience, or just leave me some comment, or if you have gone through like challenges. There are people that rise above challenges through marriage. So if you are that person who managed to rise above challenges, remember, when you leave a comment, you leave a comment for somebody to actually learn from all these things. So it does help, not just leaving a comment for Nomsa. So please do, guys, leave a comment and do share the video as well if you can. I'm nearly finished now. The next one, I know number one was the character, sort of the attitude. So the next one is brokenness. The brokenness, everyone brings past hurts in a relationship. We all wounded, guys. So brokenness, like when we enter a relationship, we all wounded, we all have these past hurts, and we have to bring our vulnerability into, we bring past hurts and vulnerability into our relationship. So acknowledging them and addressing that brokenness is the critical component of how a relationship is the critical component for healing and growth in a relationship, within your relationship. So guys, if you know that you have your heart and your past, that you feel that you have to express it, when both couples recognize their own, it does help. Like, because no one is perfect. When you recognize each other's imperfection, it opens up the door to healing and deeper connection. And when somebody opens up to you, I've never met anyone, by the way, who has not been hurt before. Some people have been hurt in relationship with their parents. Some people have been hurt, like growing up, like let's say adult, when they go to school, they get bullied, or some people they get hurt through rejection, and the hurt comes from different parts of our life. So that's where healing comes through vulnerability, transparency, and allowing your spouse to be part of that recovery, as is a process. And it's a beautiful thing. So brokenness, it does not mean something is wrong in your marriage. So if you're that person who is in a relationship, when we talk about brokenness, it means you are acknowledging it and you're sharing it. You are facing challenges as a united front, not as individual. And by confronting brokenness, couples can build a stronger foundation of empathy and understanding, and they can grow together, and they can build something. The foundation, so they can build something. The foundation of a relationship can be beautiful. But some people get scared communicating with each other. They get scared like their spouse is going to judge them. But the truth is, if somebody truly, truly loves you and they want to spend the rest of your life and they've chosen to be with you, why would you fear in confronting in them? Why would you fear sharing your brokenness with them? Why would you feel that they're going to judge you? This is where the selection and compatibility comes in. So if you're not compatible with somebody, that's when you will feel fear in a relationship. Because when you meet someone, you meet that person and you speak to them, you communicate with them, and you choose that person. You're like, I'm choosing to be with you. and they choose to be. So you should be able to communicate with that person. You should be able to open up and share your wounds, share your past experience, share that rejection. Sometimes when we share it, it does not mean that we hurt about it, or even if you have gone through the process of healing, sometimes it brings that closeness when you share to somebody like, I was rejected by this, by that, or when I was growing up, my life was like this, and that person will be like, really? And then it just brings you closer because they enter your world and they get to know you, they get to connect with you. So where somebody does not want to connect with you, it means they don't want to be with you. So that means you have to go back, think about the compatibility of, is this person the right person for me? Because if they cannot know your story, that means they're not. And then in number 3, we talk is the character. Character, they reflects the moral compass that guide your action in a marriage. So it's very, very important, guys. Integrity, honest, and kindness is the critical component traits that build relationship. It builds trust and respect. So for a marriage to truly, truly thrives, when both partners are committed to growing in character. We've spoken about the attitude. We've spoken about brokenness. And now we talk about the character that you bring to the relationship. So if you're somebody, you're like, I want to be in this relationship, your character has to reflect that. And this means doing the right thing. It's hard, guys. When it's truly, truly hard, and holding yourself accountable in your action towards your spouse, and understanding that this person is their individual. And I mean this, I'm all in. Building that character is an ongoing process. It does not happen overnight, because remember, when you bring in the character, you're bringing in the character as the individual. You now have to open up your world to say to your spouse, your queen or your king, you know what? I'm opening up this world for both of us to enjoy, and this is my character that I bring. And also your character is shaped by the daily choices you make. A strong character in both partners strengthens the bond, and it creates a safe environment where both partners can grow and flourish in a relationship. Is it easy? It's not easy. Relationships are not easy, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know what, it's easy. You can create it. You can have a character in this, and everything goes smooth. And nothing goes smooth in the relationship. So, and then in number 4 is discipline. Discipline, marriage requires consistent effort, and discipline helps to maintain the effort over time. Discipline in a marriage also means prioritize time for each other, showing up when it's hard, meaning I'm putting on everything, like show up for your spouse and show up for yourself, and doing the small things that nature the relationship, the small things that we take for granted in a relationship are the ones that make the relationship work. So doing those things, nurturing your relationship, it's about staying committed even when the emotions highs of romance fade. It's like I'm all in. If you feel that the romance is fading, I'm all in to make this relationship work, whether it's carving out time for meaningful conversation, just do it. Find the time. You remember when you first met, you will find time to have a conversation. So a relationship is like that. If we all were careless, like in business, a relationship is like that. Running your business is the same with the relationship. It's just making sure that um, you're both happy, actively listening, like on doing acts of service, finding out your spouse's love language and the discipline habits. They foster marriage that continues to grow. Um, Without discipline, it's easy for a relationship to drift apart. But when you decide to maintain daily effort, couples can cultivate a long-term love and partnership. I know at the moment the cost of living is actually gone up. Some people may make an excuse and say, can't afford to go out, can't afford to do this or to do that. But you cannot beat the time of spending together. Now you've got Netflix. You can get a movie. Disney, you can get a movies. Nowadays we've got all these things where we can access movies for free, and you can go to the shops and buy popcorn. You can go to the shops and buy mince. You can buy nice mince, nice spaghetti. Spaghetti is also buy spaghetti, buy cheese. I'm just giving you simple things, guys, so you don't make an excuse, guys, to say, you know what, I can't have a romantic night because things are so expensive. So you can buy, we said means buy cheese, onions, mushroom, and garlic, ginger. What else? Olive oil. You can have olive oil in the house, and you can have the creamy sauce, and just make that beautiful meal at home. No excuse. And chicken, if you prefer chicken, you can have chicken. Even actually barbecue, and you can buy sausages, buy chicken, and just mix and get um a nice non-alcoholic drink, which is very nice, like less than £10, and just sit there and no, without an excuse. If you go out, of course, it might cost a lot, but not everyone else can afford it. So once you do that, uh, what else? What other? I mean, or you can just have popcorn night, like movie night, have popcorn, or get ice from the supermarket. Guys, I'm just trying to make things easy. If you do, if like fridge, you can have ice at home. So what excuse, guys, do you have to say I can't have time and afford to spend time with my spouse? Popcorn night, movie night. You can just have popcorn, maybe just get some fruits and popcorn and nice drink and just sit there on the floor or on the sofa cuddling with each other. And the night goes and just have fun. Just giving you guys some ideas. If I think of any ideas, I will. Or just have burgers. They're cheap. You can get nice big burgers, maybe 10 packs for like £10, and bigger bread, bigger sauce, some salad, um, some nice nice drink to go with that. Just guys, we can't say we have an excuse to spend time with our spouse. So we cannot say that, use that and say we don't have time to actually um spend time with like romantic nights. You can't make an excuse and say, okay, um, food is expensive, cost of living is expensive, I can't afford to go out. You can afford to go out. It's only how does your night out look like. So you can, if you somebody used to like class life, and if things are not going well, you can downgrade. Is allowed to downgrade. What we're trying to do, guys, is to spend time, like to make sure that we spend time. So, and then in number 5 is encouragement. Encouragement is the fuel in a relationship that keeps a relationship strong. Being each other's biggest cheerleader, it helps. Um, it helps cultivate support and uplifting the other person, and it builds a relationship environment. It just, whether it's big life goals or everyday challenges, when you cheerleading each other, encouraging, reassures your spouse that you believe in them, encouraging them with like giving them encouraging words and actions inspire confidence, and it also strengthens a relationship, and also it strengthens emotional intimacy as well, reminding your spouse that you see and value them, their efforts. It's not just about praise, but it also about offering comfort during difficult times. The more you encourage each other, the more resilience your relationship becomes, empowering you both to thrive together. So it's very, very important. So are you guys, I'm gonna start by men, are you a cheerleader in your relationship? Or are you just somebody who knocks somebody down? Women, are you a cheerleader in your relationship? So those things, they play a big, big part. Number 6 is forgiveness and faithfulness. Faithful builds trust, while forgiveness fosters healing. Being faithful goes beyond physical loyalty. It means being emotional and spiritually committed to your spouse. So it's very, very important, guys, to actually um, be committed to each other. Forgiveness is equally make mistake. It's the critical component of uh, how marriage can be perfect. Couples will make mistakes, but there's one thing that makes a relationship perfect. It's when somebody makes a mistake, they forgive each other. But choosing to forgive allows that healing process and growth. Faithfulness and forgiveness, they work together. So create a safe space where both partners can actually be themselves without fear of betrayal of long lasting. And just um, these two combination, they nurture trust and they ensure that conflicts are resolved in a healthy way and a productive way, and also ultimately depending your connection with that person. So forgiving somebody, we have to understand that in a relationship, no one is perfect. So if we start looking for perfection, that's when relationship doesn't work. That's when things falls apart, because we are looking for what we cannot give. If I can give you perfection, then I can require that perfection from the other person. But unfortunately, no human being can give perfection. No one is perfect. So, meaning that when somebody makes mistakes, we have to be willing to forgive. When we feel that we can't forgive, that means the relationship will not work, whether it's business or personal, it wouldn't work. So why would marriage work? It wouldn't work. So be willing to forgive the person. When I'm saying forgive, guys, I'm not saying forgive and let that person walk all over you. We forgive. At the same time, we have to put the boundaries in place, principles. We have to have principles in place that so our boundaries cannot be violated. So yes, we forgive, but we have to be clear. What are the terms and conditions of that forgiveness? Like, this is how Nomsa likes to be treated. And number 7 is gratefulness, gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote, is the like antidote to completely like it complacency in marriage. So by like appreciating the other person, whether big or small things your partner does, you foster a sense of thankfulness that enriches your relationship. It's easy to take each other for granted over time. But practicing gratitude, it helps to strengthen a relationship, just to show that person that I appreciate you, and it keeps the relationship vibrant and positive. So gratefulness also shifts to focus away from negativity aspects of instead of highlighting what is going well. So expressing gratitude helps you to actually regularly build emotional intimacy and create a joyful and also a like loving atmosphere in your home. And also it just foster that grateful heart like contentment. It depends on marital satisfaction. And so it's really important to have the gratitude in your marriage. Sometimes a relationship don't work because couples don't appreciate each other. And humility, number 8, is the foundation of servant-hearted marriage. So if you want your marriage to work, you have to be humble. You have to humble yourself. Means prioritizing your spouse's needs and being willing to admit when you are wrong. So how many of you guys who are watching right now who can say, Nomsa, I put my hands up when I'm wrong, say I'm wrong? Or do you just want, like when you're wrong, you just want to win that fight? So if you are that person, when we talk about prioritizing somebody's needs, it means just hear them, listen to them. It involves letting go of pride and the desire to always be right. It also creates a space where both partners like can grow and learn and feel valid. It also opens up the doors to compromise and a deeper connection where both parties can approach marriage with humility. They are more likely to seek understanding rather than simply trying to win arguments. So humility forces cooperation, making it easier to work through challenges in life, because the challenges do come in life. So when they do come, when we are approaching the situation, we have to know that this is my friend, this is my, like, just work um towards life together, and wanting same thing to succeed. So it's very, very important. Number 9 is integrity, guys. All these things that I've put, they are really, really the backbone of successful marriage. Integrity, it involves being truthful, being reliable, consistently in your action and words. When somebody speaks it, guys, you can practice. This is where character comes in, attitude and character comes in before integrity. Because once I work on my character, once I work on my attitude, once I work on my brokenness, once I work on my humility, it just flows. And when partners act with integrity, they build a foundation of trust that can sustain a relationship. But where there is no integrity, the relationship will not stand it through trials. Because trials and tribulations, they do come in relationship. When you like integrity also means being authentic and transparent, is a critical component of a relationship to be able to work, whether we like it or not. So allow your spouse to know the real you without fear of deception. Let them just go all in. In a marriage, integrity fosters trust and it depends the emotional intimacy, providing a sense of space, of vulnerability. When both partners live with integrity, the marriage is built on mutual respect and honesty. It means that the foundation, guys, of that relationship, it has a meaning. It means the foundation, it can be, because if the foundation is no good in a relationship, that means the marriage will not stand. Or sometimes it might stand. There are some people who have been married for a very, very long time. And through that marriage, they're not really married. They're like living together as friends. So do we actually go on dates and get married to live with somebody as friends? No, we don't. We get married so that we can live together, enjoy that moment being together. So it's very, very, very important to enter the relationship with the right attitude, with the right character, everything that I've mentioned, and allowing our differences to make our relationship exciting, not wanting the other person to be like like twins, like spouse, they want the other person to behave like each other. When we allow each other to grow, the relationships thrive. Because when the other person grows, the other person grows too, and the relationship grows. And you can look back both together and say, you know what, look at where we've been and look at where we are going. Is it easy? Who said marriage is easy? Guys, I'm a relationship coach. It's not easy. When you live with the two people, these two people, they are in. And this one is a man, and this one is a woman. He's an architect, she's a mentor. When these two people are together, their goals align with each other, but they are also individual. So we cannot forget that we are all individual. The path that we are walking is different. It's the same, but our mind, they are all different. They are individual. Our world are individual. By choice, it's when we allow to let this person know my world. By choice, it's we allow to love each other. By choice, we let this person enjoy our world. So when the relationship start not working, it means this person is now refusing to share their world with this one, and this one is refusing to share their world because when when things flow together, it's like the energy. When the energy flows, like I get you. When there is fight, we fight with grace. We're like, I get you. Right now, I don't feel too good, but then this one it goes, you know what? I feel you, but I I can support you, but then you have to you lift yourself up. And when these two cheer, mentor, the architect and the mentor, when they both cheerleading each other, the relationship works, guys, because it's partnership, it's management. He's managing relationship, she's managing relationship, and they are both happy. Both world wants to be together. And they both understand that this world, this path we are walking, it's not easy, but we're going to, it's us who is going to translate it, whether is it we're going to give it a meaning. So what meaning do you give in a relationship? That meaning is able to help your relationship to thrive. If you give it a negative meaning, then it will fall apart. But if you decide to give it a strong, positive, mentor it, and just say, you know what? I want to be in this. I want to be all in all. And just let it work. Even even when we pray to God, in order for God to answer our prayers in that relationship, we have to want it to work. And then God just put a seed in that to make our relationship like thrive and be beautiful and grows. And that's why when you see some couples, they are able to stand tall in a relationship. It's not because it's because the energy what is wanting the same thing. It's like even no matter even when it's hard, I'm gonna show up for myself and I'm gonna show up for you, honey. And I'm all in all. And that's when the relationship works. So guys, um, and the other one in number 10 is joy. Joy in marriage comes from appreciating the journey together rather than focus on solo on the destination. Like it is found in shared moments of laughter, affection, and celebrating each other's presence, cultivating joy. It means like delighting each other even when life gets tough. Because life do gets tough. Life is not like a straight road. So it's about creating a relationship where happiness isn't dependent on external circumstances. It's from the love you share, from the world that you have decided to share with that person. By focusing on joy, couples can like they can weather like they can conquer the difficult times. And like if when life doesn't make sense, they can give it a meaning like a positive outlook in that, and that strengthens the relationship. And joy creates an environment where love, connection, and laughter can thrive. Everything we do in life, guys, even the smile that we give, is a choice. Joy is a choice. Misery is a choice. There are some people who choose to be miserable in life because that's what they choose to be. So when we choose laughter, we choose laughter. When we choose to be happy, it's a choice. Some people may be watching and saying, Nomsa, you don't understand. My spouse is a nightmare. My spouse is this, my spouse is that. But if you were to put aside, what do you think you know about your spouse? And just let the universe do its work, let God do his work. And let your spouse sometimes people in a relationship, sometimes the relationship, it doesn't work because we judge each other. And when we judge each other, and that's when things don't work. So there's some places, sometimes I'm a matchmaker. And sometimes I go to places and I'll hear like people, they'll talk and talk and talk and talk. And me, I just go quiet and just listen to what people are saying and stuff. And there's some people who like to talk. Then after that, and they'll be like, "Oh, Nomsa, you're very quiet." Sometimes they'll be talking about the relationships and stuff, and sometimes they'll be like, "Oh," and I'll be like, "I'm a relationship coach," and they'll be like, "Oh," and this. So they will tell me what they think. Like they'll be like, "I've been married for 10 years, or I've been married for 20 years. There is nothing I don't know about a relationship." But sometimes it's not true because, like myself, I've been in a relationship for a long time. And every day for me, it's like I'm learning. I'm just like a baby. I'm learning different things. And I'm also a relationship coach. And I find myself learning, or sometimes I'll be listening to other coaches. And I'll be like, "Oh, I've never thought life that way," and stuff. So it's very, very important to actually allow yourself to feel the joy. Because when we choose, like when we choose to be miserable, I have this, we have a meeting with the one of the girls that every like Monday or Tuesday we have a meeting where we talk. So she told me about how her spouse leaves everything, like when comes to relationship, like genetic um matchmaking. Myself, I'm a sensor, so her husband is a sensor as well. So sensor, we happy being with people, like we are happy in the crowd, and we also are happy being on our own as well. So we don't need anyone to entertain us. And we have these things where, like, since they're intelligent people. So we were talking about, and she was telling me about how her husband like leaves things, how it annoys her. So I said to her, "Have you ever used the gratitude moment where you look at your husband every day when you see him, you're so happy that he's there?" And like when you look at those socks, I said to her, "How long does it take to actually pick up the socks and put them in the washing machine?" And she was like, "Less than 3 seconds." So I was like, just try to, when you look at the socks, try to calm yourself and look at, like, think about what if you were to come home and your husband is not there, maybe he's in a hospital. You'll miss picking those socks. So I said to her, just pick up the socks without getting annoyed, with grace and joy. Put it in them in the washing machine and see how it feels. And she did it the whole week. And she said, actually, it's fine. She said, when I see the socks, when I see something, I just have to think about Nomsa and just pick it up. Just put it in the washing machine. The reason why I share this with you guys, we share, when you're married, you share your life with somebody. Many, when they go to the toilet, they lift their seat up. Sometimes when they leave the toilet, they forget. Think about how long is it going to take you when you're standing in that toilet in front of it? How long will it take you to actually put the seat down? 1 second. Is it worth getting angry producing chemicals from your brain, getting stressed, getting depressed. It's not worth it. So sometimes you just have to go, boom. Okay, he's left to go to the toothpaste. Forget about how toothpaste should be like. And just squeeze the toothpaste and put it in your toothbrush and clean your teeth and just go out. Don't worry about how this person is there squeezing the toothpaste and get annoyed. It's a waste of time, guys. For somebody, it means a lot. But if we were to use a psychology and we were to put it like people who go to the hospital every year, guys, some of it is the cause of it. The annoyance of just picking up the socks. If that becomes annoying, it can cause depression unknowingly, guys. Without people knowing, can't give joy. It can bring depression little bit by bit without us realizing. So for me, I made a choice when I go into this cleansing thing 10 years ago that there are things that I'm gonna cry when I'm hurt. I'm gonna cry because they are worth it. I'm gonna grieve, but there are some circumstances where I can't cry, I can't grieve, I can't be angry, I can't be upset. But it was my choice because I realized that I was energy. I was like my energy, destroying my energy by getting upset with all these things. It's like my children put principles in place. And when you put the principles in place, if that person then decide not to actually follow those principles, what is the point of me getting angry? So there's no point. So joy is a choice that we choose to have. Kindness, be kind. Kindness is a simple yet powerful element in any marriage. Acts of kindness, whether small gestures or grand displays, um, create an atmosphere of love and care. Kindness fosters emotional safety, like letting your spouse know that their feelings matter, regardless of what. Let your spouse know that, like, it also encourages reciprocity. And once, like, when one partner shows kindness, the other is often motivated to do the same. So consistent kindness is like it nurtures the aspect and affection. It helps everything. It deepens the bond between partners. It's not just about being polite. True kindness, it involves being considerate and of each other's needs and desires, fostering and nurturing relationship. So it's very, very, very important. Number 12 is love. Love is the critical cornerstone of strong marriage. But it's not just feeling of love that sustains a relationship. It's the action behind it. Love is a choice made daily. We have to make that choice to love each other. We have to make that choice to love communications and navigate life together. So love means being patient, being forgiving, always seek the best spouse. Always is expressed through both big commitment and small daily action. So while the feeling of love also may ebb and flow, choosing to love one another is very, very, very important, guys. Is a bond that it's like it can be done through actions, solidifies the bond, it creates a deep, lasting connection. So, and the other thing is maturity. Number 13 is maturity. In marriage means handling conflict, challenges, and the responsibility with grace and wisdom. No, like it involves the ability to compromise, communicate effectively and prioritize long-term success over short-term satisfaction. Maturity means it isn't about making mistakes, but rather learning from those mistakes as a couple. Emotionally nurturing couples are better equipped to navigate the ups and downs in marriage, finding solutions rather than focusing on blame. There, when you focusing on the solution, both parties are able to approach problems with a team mindset for that long-term relationship and making decisions that benefits both partners in the relationship as a whole. So it's very, very important. Obedience to God. In faith-based marriage, obedience to God, it serves long term. It serves as the principles guiding, like it serves as the guiding principles for how couple lives and interact with each other. This means aligning your action, your words, your decision with biblical teaching. Obedience to God fosters maturity and mature respect, love, and humility within marriage. It's about placing God at the center of the relationship, trusting that His wisdom and guidance will strengthen your bond. Couples who actually pursue obedience to God together create a good spiritually foundation, and that enhance emotional intimacy, making their marriage a reflection of His love. And the last one is prayer. Prayer is a powerful tool to strengthen a marriage, guys. It's invite divine guidance and wisdom into your relationship, helping you navigate challenges and celebrate victories with a sense of purpose. Praying together as couple fosters unity, aligning your hearts and mind with each other and with God. It also creates a space, open communication, not only with God, but also with your spouse. It also, like, prayer reinforce emotionally, like um it reinforces emotional intimacy, providing comfort and strength where difficulties arises. It serves as a reminder that you are both partners in life and in faith. So today I leave you guys with this. Um, being in a relationship together, in a marriage, that requires you to understand um, what brought you together as couple. Some people forget why they entered that relationship, and they entered to love one another. And loving one another, it means um, you both uh, have to serve each other, and you both have to, you are allowed to serve, you are allowed to receive, you are allowed to celebrate each and every day in that relationship. So it's very, 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 very important to be able to enjoy that relationship, and you are allowed to enjoy, you are allowed to be in tears, you are allowed to go through trials and tribulations. Remember the joy that brought you together when you first looked at each other and said, you know what, love your smile, your smile, your kiss, etc. What is that song? How does the song goes? I've forgotten the song. So it's amazing. God is an amazing place. It's so sweet. And the marriage can be sweet if we want it to be sweet. Remember what I said before. I said we can choose to give meaning to something, to that relationship. What meaning do we give? Is it a negative or positive one? So, guys, if you're watching us, you're watching this talk show from YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe and be part of the family. If you're watching from Twitter, be part of the family. Please follow and share. Facebook, follow and share. We've got 2 pages: Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency and Gossip Talk Shows. And we have 2 groups as well: Unique Billionaire Mindset and Gossip Talk Shows. Please join those groups. They are all on my profile. So join the groups and be part of the family. And live with grace, everyone. God bless. Have a good weekend. So remember, I did promise you guys that we're gonna pray for, we're gonna have praying for our relationship. So we're gonna find time. Maybe we can do time to fit that. But today I thought I had to do this topic. So God bless.